Ben Hogan was a great champion, and he wrote a book which is still viewed as a golfing instructional Bible, The 5 Modern Fundamentals of Golf. It's appropriately acclaimed because it is full of many wonderful and useful elements. 2 perhaps need some clarity. 1 particularly hasn't stood up under the test of time. Modern champions don't adhere to his recommendations about the relative locations of the elbows and hips. He had a symmetry about his process which had each elbow looking at their respective hips. Modern champions don't do that. And the other section of the book that perhaps requires some clarity is the one regarding pronating and supinating. When he used those terms, of course, many people glazed over, and then a couple of the remarks he made in that same segment, which he emphasized as one of the more important of his book, perhaps lost the remainder of the people. The issue is whether, in fact, the wrists should be managed as they come down. Now, as you've heard from me, I like to prepare you correctly and have you swing back well, and we're not quite out of the woods yet because, of course, golf is sequential, and then how you come down becomes important. I have you descending a spiral. Now, if you haven't prepared in those forms and have that notion of a descending spiral as the foundation of your intentions, then the things that Ben Hogan was hoping to do with you perhaps don't function too well. If indeed, though, you have prepared and focused your swing the way I'd prefer, then here is how Ben Hogan can be simplified. Imagine the dial of a wristwatch on your left wrist. Indeed, you may have it there. I'm left-handed, so I wear it on my right wrist. You're going to swing down the spiral and put, in essence, this is the thought, your left wrist dial on the ground without your knuckles. Now, this is an exaggeration. You'll find that the smallest amount of this is all that's required for you, in fact, not to add a component to your swing, but to actually maintain those that you've already created. So, under the duress of pulling on a golf club, the wrists prefer to pronate, the elbows separate, the shoulders shrug, and we tend to hit a torn out high fade. Obviously, this isn't particularly pleasing. So it's interesting that Ben Hogan made these remarks proposing that supinating the wrist was actually going to allow you a more powerful lower trajectory and actually some protection against a hook, to which he was particularly personally sensitized. But I find it the other way. I find it's a helpful notion to protect us from the opposite, a high weak fade. So you'll swing down a spiral, put the left wrist on the ground without the knuckles, do all of that a minimal amount, and you should see a climbing draw.